Hello, this is Steve from Beaute's Leatherworks. Today's project is nice Florsheim Golden Harvest. That's just the tag I put because basically these were mine. I purchased them a while ago, and there was a customer that was looking for a pair this size. He couldn't find it. This is a 10.5C. So I sold him this pair, and in return he wanted me to completely remake them almost like brand new. We're basically going to strip the uppers. Now this has a brown hue to it, if you can tell. Most of them, not most of them, some of them, depending on what year I guess it was, either they come pretty much like a mustard shade or they come with a little bit of a brownish finish to it. This one, basically, we're going to, once it's apart, we're going to strip everything from the uppers and bring them that golden harvest tone, which is that mustard shade. We're going to put new footbeds, new welt, midsole shanks, heel bases, JR soles, leather inner soles with the new stamp. Basically make them like almost like a brand new shoes. So I can't wait to start on them. All right, let's get started. These are nice shoes. Voila! Now this has a fiberglass shank, which we are going to dispose. We don't need that. We're going to put metal 3 ribbed shanks in there with a leather cover in the middle section there and cork the rest. Some people say, how can that welt come off so easily? Because when it's stitched together. Well, it's stitched together, which is, it's a chain stitch. Chain, stitch, stitch. Okay? Which means that it's just one thread looping through one another and attaching the welt to the shoe. This is a chain stitch. It's one piece of thread that loops within each other. Okay, so if you pull one strand, it'll come loose. Okay, it's the same way that the welt is stitched on. Now that's what you're seeing here, kind of intertwined together, and it locks it in place. You see, it's just one thread. Chain stitch is what it's called. All right. Let me show you guys something. This is a fishing line, okay? Some manufacturers will use metal, some use fishing lines, some won't use anything at all. Some of the older ones. What they'll do is they'll tack it on the side here, and then they'll pull the uppers real tight to get rid of the wrinkles and attach it back there. That's in the lasting department when they're making the shoe. Now, obviously, we don't need it because we're not making a shoe. We'll get rid of that. Now, if you look at the color, that is the original color. You see that? See how light that is? We're going to take it back to that shade there. I think it'll look nice once it gets done. Now, it's going to have a mustard shade, but I'm going to come in and you know, kind of tint it down just a little bit so it won't look so banana color, you know? So it'll have a little bit of light, I mean, a little bit of medium brown, light brown hue to it on top of the mustard shade. So it won't be in your face. It'll be more subtle color. This part I don't like. These damn staples. God. There are small staples that the manufacturer staples the uppers to the gemming so it doesn't move while they're making the shoe. But those staples are so damn sharp. They get you, man, I swear. You can't really see them until you pull the uppers away from it, from the gemming. Alright, let's continue. Now this is the footbed, okay? At this stage, we can make the width a little bit wider. This is a C. Now, the customer didn't request that. He does wear a 10.5D. So I'm just going to make it slightly larger because I'd hate for, you know, for it not to be comfortable when, after I get done with it. I don't want it to be too tight. This is an overseas shipment and you can't just, customer can't just come in if we need to stretch them. So I'm just going to make it slightly a little bit wider than what this is now. It's not really going to change the size too much, just to give it a little bit more toe room. That's the imprint of the customer's, old customer's footprint, basically. Now he's going to have new. He's going to have his own once he starts wearing it. We got them both glued, right and left, because we want them to be the same size. And we'll cut them. And then we'll go ahead and sand them evenly so they'll be both the same size. Now if you notice, see the blue lines right there? That's what I used to trace the old footbed to this leather here. The reason I want to show you guys that because I left that a little bit wider. See, there's not much, little bit. Everywhere else you don't see the blue pen mark because I made it exact same size as what it was. Just width-wise, I added some width to it. Not much. All right, as you guys can see, what a big transformation already. Now, I haven't even touched the uppers yet, other than just cleaning them. Now, once we have it apart, we'll check inside, make sure all the lining's in good shape, and it appears to be. So we'll clean that with acetone, we'll condition it, moisturize it a couple of times, and then the footbed's ready, along with the gemming. The stitches are on there. Now, are the stitches necessary? You know, yes and no. I've seen in the past a lot where the shoes are worn, they're kind of abused worn, and then what happens, the footbed comes loose from the gemming and it changes the fit of the shoe. Not that this customer is going to abuse these shoes. He's going to cherish these, I know that. But why not? I have the new gemming, I have the new footbed. Why not just put a simple stitch on there? Some people argue that it's a waste of time. You know what? If you're restoring a pair of shoes, then don't stitch the damn gemming. It's very simple. All right. So I think the next step will be basically start. Maybe I will do the uppers a little bit, condition them up, add a little bit of color before we put the welt on, because the color goes underneath the welt, and I'd hate to touch it up when the welt is all in place. All right, we're getting there. Let's continue. Well, I'm by myself today, so no Chris. Chris is a little busy, so we'll leave him alone. Just gonna have a little bit of coffee and relax a little bit. All right, let's continue. A couple of months ago, someone sent me a gift, and I hadn't had a chance to talk about it because I was waiting for Chris so we can do it together, but he's a little busy, so I'm gonna show you guys what came in. I think it's really, really cool. Now, there was no contact name or number on the letter. All I know is her name is Janet, and she is a retired rancher down in Texas. Okay? This is what she got me. I'll open it up, show you guys. It's very cool. I already opened it up, but I opened it up and cleaned it up and put it back in. I was going to do a little opening while we were having coffee, but it seems like Chris is busy, so it's okay. We'll do it without Chris. Now, this is very cool. That is a bull. Now, I don't know if she realized that I was a Taurus, so this kind of fits in so well with my personality. Now, there are two cups now, this one and a reddish orange color. Isn't that the coolest thing that you guys ever seen? Look at that. That is so awesome. I guess that's the company right there. I mean, wow. So I'm going to drink my coffee today out of this cup, but I'm going to take these home. I'm not going to, no way. I'm not going to take a chance on these cups breaking at home. I mean, at the shop. No, can't have that. So we'll go ahead and use this at the shop and not at the, I mean, at the house, not at the home. At the house, not at the shop. All right, another side note, guys. You know, lately, with my brother passing away, it's been kind of tough, right? But unfortunately, we had another blow to the family. I lost my mom about 2 days ago. Now she was suffering. She was 85 years old. She had lost her memory. You know, body was slowing down. It was a point where she was just kind of there. Her heart wouldn't give up, strong heart, but her mental state and her health issues were just kind of getting worse and worse. And a few days ago, she left us. So it seems like life throws, you know, punches at you. You just got to deal with it, you know. So if I'm not in my chipper mood, that's the reason for not being in a chipper mood. But I had this video planned, and I really wanted to do it. You know, got first day of the new year, you know, just to show you guys. Start off with the Golden Harvest Florsheim are my favorite shoes, and they still are. But unfortunately, my mental state is kind of not in the mood where I'm 100% with you guys. So just bear with me. and we'll get through this together. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna enjoy my coffee a little bit, and I'm gonna get back to work. All right. Let's continue. All right, so let's show you guys where we're at so far. Add a little bit of color, a little bit of mustard tone. Now we're going to tone that down a little bit, like I said, towards the end with a little bit of airbrush to kind of mute that yellow color down, okay? Now, while I'm doing this pair, you know, I've got lots of Florsheims to do, but there are two specific ones I've had for a while, which I've been redoing. I think it's time, you know, maybe when I'm working on this pair, I'd like to finish these two also. This one is a shell cordovan, okay? This is pretty extensive work. We're doing the French binding all the way around the edge. The back piece right here was dry rotted, so I had to replace that. That's a new piece of shell cordovan number 8. Okay, we reinforced the back with some material. This white ribbon right here gives us structural support. We're going to stitch that on there and then put the lining back together. Lining is basically folded over on the inside. We're going to put some brass eyelets. I'm going to remove these silver ones. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and do the same thing as far as the welt, split welt is concerned. Now this one, the third pair, again, this is a shell cordovan. This is the same job as the first pair with the new footbed. Okay, so we're getting there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get back to this piece, to this one, and also to the other shell quarter. Let's see if I can get all three of them done at the same time. Wish me luck.